What's up, folks? We've got another TVZ for you guys today. It's gonna be our usual Terran player. In the yellow, B-Breed. And another familiar face, of course. In the pink, it is Timbo Slice. Game number 1. Gonna be played on Oblivion. Oblivion is one of the Team Liquid map contest maps, one of the winners, and it is currently in use in the GSL. It's being played by all the pros in Korea. It's a nice balanced map. We've got kind of a dark theme going on over on this side of the map, and then on the other half we got a nice little bright, vibrant, green, lively area. So kind of a good versus evil vibe going on. And of course both players spawning in a bit of pastel Easter colors, nice and gentle. Don't expect too much aggression, as Timbo is going for a 3-hatch build, followed by gas, followed by pool. This is super duper greedy. B-Breed already starting a Reaper, and Timbo is not going to have anything anytime soon, so this Reaper might just end the game by himself. This is super greedy by Timbo. I'm not sure why he decided to go for this, but he is going to lose a lot of drones to this Reaper. If I had to guess, I would say 5 drones. Let's see if I'm correct, if I'm close, as it does come in now. Gonna start working away, and nice micro there from Timbo on that first one, morphing that into a spine crawler. And, oh, nice micro on the second one as well. Oh! Pretty nice from both sides. B-Breed avoiding the surround. And wow, Timbo actually saving all his drones so far. So pretty impressive, but that is a lot of lost mining time. He didn't cancel this extractor, and is he going to cancel this spine and this extractor? Yes, cancels that extractor. What about the spine? You don't really need a spine right now. And just a note for any Zerg players watching, it is better to make a spore crawler in these situations, because a spore crawler only costs 75 minerals, whereas a spine costs 100. So a little bit cheaper, and you won't lose as much if you cancel it. Of course, a spore is arguably less useful compared to a spine, so maybe Timbo took that into account, deciding to keep that spine. So over on the Terran side, he does have 2 gases in the main. He is going for a triple barracks as well as a factory. Gonna be getting his starport down as well. And Timbo, he is just powering up so far, getting drones, getting queens, and a little bit supply blocked. That's a bit of a problem. And he's gonna throw down yet another extractor. I feel like that's a little too much gas for this stage in the game, but maybe he wants to get some more Banelings going. Maybe he wants to get his lair. And yeah, he starts off that lair. And 9 more drones on the way. Some more overlords as well. creep spread, pretty good. A lot of times we see Timbo not really focus enough on the creep spread, but this game he has quite a few active tumors. He's got a couple creep queens, so pretty on top of that. I like that a lot. And for B-Breed, and it looks like he's just going for his usual thing. Lots of Marines, some Hellions, single Widowmine it looks like. He's getting a couple more, and he's got his medevac, just one medevac so far. And also starting to get some Marauders as well, getting that concussive shell upgrade. And he does have his armory here, so he can morph those Hellions into Hellbats. Nice pick off there on the Overlord to supply block Mr. Slice. And that does tip off our Zerg player that the Terran is moving out. So Timbo needs to start making units. 22 Lings on the way, but I feel like those were a little late. Definitely could have started them 10-20 seconds earlier. Now he's not really gonna be ready, and now only starting his Banelings. Terran army already here, but B-Breed not really sure the progress on those Banelings, doesn't want to move in, and they are slow Banelings, so B-Breed does have a chance right now. And he needs to make a decision. Does he want to attack or does he want to pull back? But sticking around, just loitering here, that is not the right move, because once Timbo's speed finishes, he can go for a nice engagement. And looks like that's what he wants to do, but coming in from one angle, that's not really the move. Is it going to be enough? Looks like no. All the Banelings have gone down. Doesn't even get that Widowmine. Goes back for it at the cost of quite a few Zerglings. And now B-Breed gonna feel comfortable enough to move forward. That was not the move for Timbo. Coming in from one angle. Didn't really have to force the fight there. And now he is in some serious trouble. Some Zerglings spawning into their deaths. Drones running away, but losing 10 in the process. And Timbo's gonna have to sacrifice this third, and in fact he's just gonna GG on out of there. So B-Breed gonna take the first game. Welcome back. This is game number 2 in this series between our pink Zerg player Timbo Slice and his yellow Terran opponent B-Breed. B-Breed snatching that victory in the last game with a pretty typical B-Breed timing attack, and Timbo, I think he made a pretty big error in his defense. He kind of just ran in from one angle and it wasn't enough. I think he really needed to go for a surround or maybe just buy more time to get more units. And B-Breed was able to snowball that into a victory. Game number 2 gonna be played on Beckett Industries. A good map for aggressive builds because the rush distances are so short, and that's compounded by these speed zones. So if a player wanted to be aggressive, they can move out here, run through this speed zone, run through this speed zone, run through this speed zone, and get to the opponent's base pretty quickly. We'll see if either of them decides to go for that. And Timbo gonna be doing something a little more standard this game with the hatch gas pool. Last game he went for a very aggressive economic opening with his 3 hatch. And he actually defended pretty well against that Reaper, keeping all his drones alive. Did lose a lot of mining time, so I don't think it was optimal, but still, good job by him. And game number 2, we're not going to see a Reaper this time around. It's going to be a reactor on that barracks. Not going to be getting any Marines just yet, and as I say that, he starts off 2. Going to get a factory and another barracks behind this. He's also dropping his command center on the low ground, and usually pretty safe to do that against Timbos. Doesn't really go for too many Ling rushes. So B-Breed gonna feel comfortable to drop down on the low ground, and he's gonna start walling off. Is that a hole? Actually, I feel like something could slip in there. We'll see if that comes into play a little later on. And Timbo dropping a creep tumor with his first 2 queens. And that's going to be pretty good to kickstart his creep spread. A lot of times you'll see Zerg players drop 1 creep tumor and use the other queen to inject, but Timbo going for the double creep tumor. And that's going to help his creep spread a lot, but he does need to remember to spread them. This one in the main not really being utilized. Some Lings at the front. I guess he wants to just spot, but not really seeing anything in their current position. This Overlord does have a nice view, however. And going to be floating in with the second Overlord in the back here, and that's going to spot the barracks with the tech lab and the other one as well. So he should have a pretty good idea that those upgrades are coming down. And what is Timbo's reaction going to be? Looks like he's throwing down another Baneling nest, and going to be getting 2 evolution chambers just to kind of make a wall. He does poke in a little bit with those Zerglings, spots the front of B-Breed's base, and gets on out of there before taking any damage. And yeah, we just saw that is a hole over there. This Widowmine just crawled out of that hole. So I wonder if that's gonna come into play. This Overlord doesn't quite see that, but Timbo did spot that with his Lings. I wonder if he paid enough attention. He could flood in with a lot of Lings, and that could be very bad for B-Breed, but not gonna be seeing that, at least just yet. Timbo working on that creep spread. This one in the main still not being used, but the creep pretty good so far, out past the natural, past the 3rd base, and now looks like B-Breed is moving out once again. This Overlord gonna spot it, and what's Timbo gonna do? Gonna start 30 more Zerglings. He has his 1-1 on the way, Baneling speed on the way as well, but those are at least a minute away from finishing, so Timbo gonna need to make do with what he has for now. Needs to start morphing some Banelings And this is not really the fight you want to take. And oh my goodness, massive shot there. 16 lings go down to that one Widow Mine. And Timbo only now morphing Banelings. This is so late. He's going to lose this third. He's going to lose a handful of drones. And he's just going to lose this game. GG. B-Breed with the swift 2-0. Alright, welcome back to game number 3. Pretty one-sided game so far between our pink Zerg, currently down 0-2, Timbo Slice, and his Terran opponent in the teal this time, leading 2-0 with 2 pretty decisive games. It is B-Breed. So B-Breed has been practicing quite a lot. I think he was terrorizing the North American ladder today. Racked up a record of something like 20-1, something like that. So he has been grinding away. He's been putting the work in, and it shows. Game number 3, are we gonna see anything different? I mean, B-Breed, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's been dominating so far. And Timbo gonna be going for a 3-hatch build once again. I don't know if I like this. Put some pretty vulnerable to Reapers, and I don't know if that economy really gets to kick in before B-Breed's timing, but we'll have to see how he does with the defense. He also went for a extractor then pool, so super greedy. But B-Breed not gonna be getting a Reaper. He's going for that reactor once again, so Timbo gonna be pretty safe for now, and we'll see if this pays off for him in the end. Natural gonna complete. Drone transfer going down. And B-Breed did go for that SCV scout, so he spotted the natural timing. Doesn't know about the third yet, however.
Additional supply depots required.
So B-Breed working on some different information. And what was this Overlord doing? Big mistake from Timbo. Gonna lose his first Overlord. Gonna supply block him pretty badly. And gonna put him in the dark. So he has no vision of the front right now. Second Overlord flying towards the back of the Terran base. So Timbo still supply blocked. Pretty big error there on his part. That Overlord never should have been that deep. Should have been on top of this thing. Or sometimes you can get away with floating them here-ish to spot the command center, and then once you spot a Marine come down, you quickly move it over, and usually you'll have enough time to get away. And Timbo did make some more Overlords, but supply blocked yet again. 2 more Overlords on the way. And no creep tumors this time. He is getting some additional queens for the creep spread. So not the end of the world. Gonna drop a tumor there on the 3rd. And here in the main as well. And he's actually getting 20 Zerglings. Is this for some kind of aggressive attack, or is this for defense because he is in the dark? 4 Hellions gonna move out, and Timbo actually gonna be prepared with these Zerglings. Bibri does get a pretty nice angle, wedging himself in the minerals, but ventures out a little too far, loses all those Hellions. Only 3 drones going down, so good trade by Timbo. This is a lot of Lings though, so what is he planning to do with this? He does have his Baneling nest finishing up shortly, so he might be able to find some damage with a Baneling bust, but B-Breed has walled up. He's got some Widow Mines here that could be absolutely devastating if they connect. And Timbo with a lot of Zerglings gonna be running across the map. That's 45 Zerglings. That's a lot of Zerglings. 16 more on the way. So Timbo pretty committed here. His Baneling nest is done. Are we gonna see some Banelings morph in here? He's got enough gas. He's mining those gases, but no Banelings on the way. This is a huge investment. You really want to get something done with this. You want to do some damage. One Zergling gonna do a little scouting, and the splash damage from that Widow Mine hurting those 2 Marines. 2 more Zerglings poking in, trying to draw that Widow Mine shot, but doesn't get it. And oh, this is awkward. 2 Liberators flying out, gonna harass this Overlord, and gonna spot all these Zerglings. So looks like Timbo actually gonna abandon the aggression. He started drone production once again. He's getting spore crawlers. So this is a huge investment, and we see that reflected in the worker count. Timbo down on workers at 34, now at 37. Meanwhile, B-Breed at 45 workers. You never want to be behind in workers as a Zerg player. And Timbo gonna morph 3 Banelings. Okay, starts 2 more, but that's not really enough to do damage. And what are you doing? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Oh, huge Widow Mine shot. Another 16 Zerglings go down. He gets the wall, but yeah, GG. Oh my goodness.